now with 45 ticks on the clock. Sanchize starts by hitting Edwards, and he gets taken down at the 45-yard line. The Colts are going to say that he didn't hang on to the ball. The officials say, oh, yes, he did. They spotted at the 44. No challenges here.
Well, the ball,
it's all booth review.
The ball did come out, but did he have possession of it, fumble it, and then recover the fumble? I think that's going to be the ruling more than anything else. Looked like he caught it, got hit a second time, and then recovered his own fumble. One step, kind of put it away.
The previous play is being reviewed.
I don't think there's any question that's a catch.
We don't see anything that would overturn that, even though the ball was loose. Never went to the ground. It should be upheld. It's all about a booth review right now. Steratore will come over and check it out, and if it stands, it'll be second down and 1.
Yeah, count the steps. 1, 2, tuck it away, tackled, then the ball comes out. I won't be stunned if they overturn it, but I'll be surprised. I think that's a catch.
Now the Jets called a timeout prior to the booth review. And they don't get the timeout back. You know, that's one of those situations where you have to save some time. Well, they don't want it reviewed anyway, is what it amounts to. And it's one of those things where you're kind of in a position where if you don't want to review it, you want to hurry up and get the next play off.
Right.
But they were forced to call a timeout to conserve some time, and that enabled the guys upstairs to communicate downstairs that they wanted to look at this. And they're going to call it a catch. I mean, we saw nothing to overturn that.
And remember, if you're in the process of making the catch while you're going to the ground or you're contacted in the air, all those things come into play. But I thought it was pretty clear he had a couple of steps.
After review, it has been determined that the receiver maintained possession with his third foot down, fumbles the football, and recovers his own fumble. It will be the New York Jets ball, second down and a half yard to go. The New York Jets did use a timeout after the catch, so New York has used their second timeout. They have one timeout remaining.
And the ball is at the 44, so it might come down to the right leg and foot of Nick Folk,
who did set a Jet record this year with a 56-yard field goal, so plenty of range.
And he had some tremendous kicks for Dallas early in his career before the wheels came off and he got released.
But you don't feel as good about Nick Folk as you did Adam Vinatieri.
Second and 1. Sanchize slings it to the outside. That's a first down, and Holmes saves some time on the clock. They have the ball now at the 34-yard line, and they are in field goal range.
Pretty safe coverage over on the outside. Santonio Holmes making up for that drop he had that would have converted the one. But on the other side, it was Braylon Edwards who ran right by Jacob Lacey. The coaches in the booth will have seen that.
36 seconds. Here's Tomlinson. 2 tough yards. He gets the ball to the 32-yard line. And the Colts.
Third and final charge timeout, Indianapolis. 30-second timeout.
They're just trying to save some time on the other side here, just in case Folk makes one. So with 29 seconds, the ball at the 32, you'd be looking at about a 49 or 50-yard field goal from this spot. Jets have 1 timeout. Colts have none.
I'm not so sure Peyton Manning agrees with slowing this one down at this point. He's saying don't make it easy. Don't let that young quarterback Mark Sanchize go over and get a little coaching here. I tell you, I would not be surprised at all if they come back to Braylon Edwards. It's a pretty safe play. If it's not there right now, you're getting man coverage on the outside that the Colts just don't feel that comfortable playing usually. Let's see, they're going to get it again.
Edwards right, Holmes left. Keller sets up on the right side in the slot. Sanchize with protection. You're right, they go to Edwards, and Edwards comes down, and the officials look at each other and say it's a catch, and he's inbounds. He's inbounds at the 14-yard line, and the clock is still running because he didn't go out of bounds. He came down, he was tackled, and now they can let that clock run down after an 18-yard gain and end the game here with a field goal attempt, and the Jets take a timeout. They might have been better served taking an earlier timeout just in case you have a bobbled snap and they would have had another chance.
It's all or nothing at this point, but there's the matchup that they love. Both feet down, good call. The knee did hit down right there, so they kept the clock running, and here we go. What a day of football today.
Two disparate games. The other one was a wild and wacky shootout. This is a game with 30 total points. Will it wind up with 33? It's a 32-yard field goal to win the game and send the Jets to Foxborough. Good. Nick Folk. And the Jets, with Ryan saying it's Super Bowl or bust this year, take one big step.
Nick Folk can breathe again.